what's going on? It is 12 noon on Friday, which means it's time for this week's episode of State of Real Estate. I'm John Chrisman. The show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. We're here every Friday helping you understand how to grow your real estate business. And what we're talking about today is how you really take that concept of growing your real estate business and doing it every single day by forming a habit. Now, you do some minor little things and they won't seem like they're making a huge impact, but those minor things that you do every single day, they add up. You want to get good at anything, you do it every single day, because you do it every single day and you will get good. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So that's what we're talking about today. Real estate habits. If you have some habits that may be something you implement every day, drop that in the comments. We'd love to hear from you guys. We're live loading up the chats right now for Facebook, YouTube, and all that. So drop that in the comments if you know there's some habit that you do every single day. We'd love to share it with everyone tuning in and watching and help us all be more successful. But really great show for today. I'm super excited. John Carismo, you're watching State of Real Estate. State of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. Grow your real estate business. You're watching State of Real Estate. And welcome back to this week's episode of State of Real Estate. My name is John Carismo, and this show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. We're here every Friday, 12 noon Eastern Time, to be your little weekly dose. This should be a habit right here. Just watching our videos. I mean, we've got enough videos that, they'll keep you busy for a while. I think we're up to like over 600, maybe 700 different videos that you can find of us on YouTube right now. So we've got a lot of great stuff to, just get you in the right mindset. So that's already a habit right there, but that's a given if you're already tuning in because you're probably watching these regularly. But now, moving on. We'll talk about some habits of things it is that you want to do every single day. And this applies whether you're starting in real estate part-time, if you're starting in real estate full-time. It doesn't matter how much you're working in real estate. What matters is that you're working on it every single day. Because if you're not working on your business every single day, then you're not going to get as quick of growth as it's going to get you excited. Because if you're not excited to, do whatever it is that you're doing, are you going to want to do it? If you're not seeing any progress of your business, are you going to be excited about it? Or are you going to look for something else? Now, one of the key, most essential, important factors in growing a successful real estate business is the persistence. But it's really easy to add in this whole persistence aspect if you're doing it every single day. That right there is the persistence. So I want to go through just a couple of habits that I really think will that help you guys out. And again, if you have any habits for success, even if it's not real estate related, I'm sure we can maybe somehow make it real estate related. So drop that in the comments if you've got any habits that make you successful. But a couple of quick things, and these ones aren't even necessarily real estate related, but some of the things that I'll share with you that I try to make a daily habit every single day is to get up early. Now, I'm not talking, I don't know if any of you guys have read that book, The Miracle Morning, or anything like that. I have, and I tried it for a while, waking up at, I think at the earliest, I was, getting up at, 3:30 a.m., but when I'm going to sleep at, 10:30, 11:30 at night, that was cutting it pretty slim on the sleep. And one of the things that I've learned that I don't necessarily agree with that book is the sleep, because sleep is important. Sleep is what's going to make you rested, because if you're just groggy and moving slow, then are you really getting 100% of yourself when you're trying to do whatever daily activities, when you're trying to pick up the phone, or do you want to go take a nap, or whatever the case may be? So waking up early, but not too crazy, but I try to get up before the sun is up, to try to wake up when it's still dark outside. My body will naturally wake itself up when it's light outside, but I want to beat to that. I want to wake up earlier. So getting up earlier, it just makes you feel like you're in a little bit more control of your life. So that's a small thing. It's not really a major thing. But another thing that I always like to do in the morning is to move, to work out, to exercise. Just a little bit, even if it's only a half hour, even if it's only got time for 15 minutes. There's some mornings where I'm just really strapped for time and only have 15 minutes. And with that, I've been like kind of on this kick about, trying to work out regularly like this for a few years now. And it's really where I haven't even noticed any kind of major results until I just look back to, 2-3 years ago, and I just look at myself and I'm like, oh, wow. Look at that sorry looking guy. So just doing that every single day. Look, don't expect, it's like anything. You're not going to go to the gym for a half hour and all of a sudden you're going to be Mr. Olympia or Arnold Schwarzenegger or Vin Diesel or anything crazy like that, or The Rock. He's the big popular muscle guy right now. So you know that one day at the gym isn't going to do it, but the reason why is The Rock is a rock, he's in there every single day moving and building himself every single day. And that's really this same concept. There's something that when I first tell this expression to a lot of people, they maybe they don't necessarily agree with it. But the more it is that you think about it, I didn't agree with it when I first heard it. But the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So the way you do one thing is the way that you do everything. And you might not agree with that right now. Listen, I didn't agree with that when I first heard that little expression, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. But it starts to make a lot of sense to me. My wife likes to make fun of me about how I'll obsess over stupid things that really shouldn't matter, about, making things perfect. But that's who I am. I want everything that I do to be perfect. And most importantly, my work is what I want to be the most perfect, but it translates into, just, reorganizing something just to make it look, perfect, and, spending way too much time on that than I should. So it's a burden and a curse at the same time, but also a gift when you realize that the way it is that you treat everything. And so you waking up early, you getting up that little bit earlier, waking up just a half hour earlier so you can spend that extra half hour. You don't have to go to a gym. You don't have to go sign up for some sort of gym or anything like that. You can just go walk. You can maybe do some jumping jacks and push-ups. Go on YouTube. Just search for quick exercises that you could do. Just something to get the blood flowing, because trust me, it will change your life when you start doing that regularly. And it really kind of just changes your whole outlook on the world. Because now, in order to make the world better, in order to impact other people's lives better, you have to first impact yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of other people? So that's something I like to do every single day. And another thing that I do every single day is train and learn. Train and learn. Every single day there's some sort of knowledge that I'm seeking out. Whether that's just a video on YouTube that I'll watch, occasionally, but there's a lot of nonsense on YouTube, so it sometimes is hard to weed out all the crap and especially the distractions that get thrown at you of, oh, check out this popular video or check out this popular video. It's not going to really make your life any better, but it's popular because, it's something that, people are interested in, but so, maybe sometimes there. I subscribe to a lot of services that I can learn. A lot of people, I forget what the statistic is, but I think it's 80% of people, or maybe even higher than that, don't read a single book after they get out of high school. And, that's one of the things I do. Not daily. I wouldn't say that I read daily. I probably do. I at least listen to some sort of audio daily. But, and that's really the transition. I actually don't prefer to actually read something on paper unless it is something really good, because when I get there on paper, I'm trying to extract every little detail that I can. So what I'll usually do is listen to some sort of audiobook. So something really good to get yourself started out with this. It's just like a little subscription to Audible or one of those little audiobook services. I think it's $10-12 a month, something ridiculous like that, and you get 2 books. You get to select a month with that. But I was just counting it the other day. I have over 100 books that I've gone through now that I've had Audible for I think 2 or 3 years. And these are all over 100 nonfiction business books about, learning different topics and different skills and just mindset type of books and things like that. But it isn't just one book. There's no one book out there that's going to make you an overnight success. Now, that habit of taking in information every day, and whether that's, a lot of the online training stuff that I subscribe to, it's video-based training. And that takes learning to a whole nother level, because now it's no longer just auditory, but it's auditory and visual. Whenever you're able to do that, and especially when you're able to interact with the content, that really kind of changes the game as well. So look, I want to hear from you guys that are tuning in what it is that your success habits are, what it is that you'd like to share with those tuning in that you do every single day to be successful, even if it's one of these things that I've already listed up here. Drop that in the comments. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. Stick with us. I'm John Carissimo. Drop those in the comments. What it is you do every single day for success. We'll be right back. Hey, so if you're thinking about starting a real estate career, it could feel a little overwhelming sometimes. Look, that's completely understandable. That's why we're here to help. If you haven't already, check out our Success Center, tampaschool.com/success, or if you don't even know where to begin, give us a call. We'd love to help you out. We've got advisors standing by to answer any questions you have and assist you in any way it is that we can. Our phone number is 813-928-0106. Again, that's 813-928-0106. Give us a call. We're the Tampa School of Real Estate. You're watching State of Real Estate. Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of State of Real Estate, our weekly mastermind at 12 noon every Friday, brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. But look, let's jump right back into what we're talking about today, real estate success habits, what it is that you're doing every single day. And really everything we've talked about so far, this isn't even really just state specific. This is just you trying to be a better person, to try and be a better human being. But let's shift the gears a little bit, and talk about, because getting up early, that will help your real estate business, but it'll help basically anything it is that you do. Moving, working out, exercising, getting your blood flowing, that's going to help you out in every walk of life. Training and learning, no matter what it is that you do, if you want to be better at it, you have to learn how to be better. So whether that's through audiobooks, whether that's through videos, whether that's through articles that you're reading, whatever the case may be, do something every single day that's going to help increase your knowledge, to increase your skills. But there's a saying that I really like, that I heard before, that it just, kind of clicked with things. Because, my whole life, I've been, even since, I was, like this big. Back when I was like, 10 years old, I started like a mobile DJing business. And I actually was like DJing people's weddings as a mobile DJ in high school. I didn't even have my driver's license. I had my learner's permit. I was like 15 years old. Couldn't even drive a car. I had to have my dad drive me to these people's weddings, and so I could unload all my stuff, go be the DJ for people's weddings. And so that, and I had, like little lawn mowing businesses. I've done real estate investment stuff. I've taken a lot of courses on things about, entrepreneurship courses. But one of the things, and this is where this really struck me, that this saying, information without implementation, and that's really all I took away from it. I don't remember how the rest of the expression goes. I think it's the beginning of delusion or something like that. But that big part that you want to hone in on. Information without implementation. Because what is the information without implementation? That's the problem with higher education right now. With higher education, people are going and getting this information, but they're spending 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years paying thousands of dollars a year to get this information, but they're not implementing it. And so then what happens? Well, what's going to happen is you're going to forget this information. You forget this information because you don't implement it. And then when you don't implement it, you're forgetting it, and then you never use it. So you end up acquiring these skills. And depending on, what it is that you're going to school for. So, I went to school for and got a degree in marketing and business administration. And there's some things that I took away from that. But the biggest things I took away, because I was running businesses at the time when I was going to school, was what I was able to immediately implement into the business. And now if you were to ask me today what I specifically remember about going to school, I don't know. I mean, I know I learned some things that were somewhat useful, but that's really the whole thing. You've got to take this information and implement it. Whatever it is that you're doing to acquire information, if you don't implement that information, then you're going to be at a loss because you're just wasting time. So how do we now implement this information it is that we're trying to take in every single day? And really this kind of helps answer the question of what is the right information. Because like I said earlier, with these videos and whatnot, sometimes I'll watch some stuff on YouTube and I'll find some useful stuff on YouTube. But the issue with that is there's a lot of bad stuff that's out there. I mean, the fact is when you're not paying to have a curated selection of information that you need to know, and that's really the big advantage of of going to some sort of university. There's no new information that they're teaching at this university that's proprietary to that university. That information isn't new, but it's the curation. It's pulling together the right information, supposedly at the right time, supposedly the right information at the right time, when that's probably not the case for what it is that you're looking for. But the problem is a lot of people go towards, okay, I need to learn stuff without knowing what it is that they need to learn. You know, and the people that are most successful from the universities are like the doctors and the lawyers, but that's because these people go to school saying, hey, I want to go be a doctor, so I need to go now seek the information about being a doctor. You know, I went to school and I was able to pull some stuff out of it because I was like, okay, I want to be an entrepreneur, a business person, so I need to go take business and marketing and those types of classes. So that's part of it, is knowing that I got to find that right information, what it is that you want to look for. But then that's also now implementing that information. And you want to try to do this simultaneously. You don't want to just go to school for 4 years and then call it quits that, okay, I got my degree, so that's it, I'm set. No. I've learned so much more after getting out of school than I had ever learned in school, but that's because I'm constantly seeking out the right information, and then I immediately go into implementation of that information because I'm looking for, okay, what is a way I could do this better? What is a way I could do this better? What is a way that I communicate better? And I'll go seek out that information, find that information. A lot of times I have to pay for that information if it's the right information that I'm looking for, and a lot of times I'm willing to pay for that information because now I know that, okay, this is what I need. I don't need to go hunt through hundreds of hours of YouTube videos to try to find one little thing that's actually useful here. So I go find that right information, and then I immediately go right into the implementation of that. And if we're translating this back into your real estate business, of how you can now take your real estate business and make it more successful, what is it about your real estate business that you need to learn? Where is it that your business is at right now, and what do you need to seek out that information in? Is it about, making phone calls better? And this is where you got to be honest with yourself and open with yourself about what it is that you're struggling with and where it are your areas of improvement. And it's a lot easier to identify these areas where you need improvement when you realize that if you improve them, you're going to be better, that you're going to be more successful. Because a lot of people aren't willing to admit that I need some help with making phone calls, that I get a little reluctance about picking up the phone, and it's hard to realize in the moment. But the quicker it is that you realize that you might be a beginner or an amateur at something, the faster it is that you'll be able to go find that information and you'll be open to learning that information. That whole desire to learn takes learning to a whole nother level. The desire to actually learn the information makes the retention that much higher because you're already thinking about it. You're maybe not implementing yet, but you're thinking about the ways that you're able to implement that information. And all of a sudden it just clicks a little bit more, and then you actually implement it. You actually go through the doing of it, and all of a sudden, okay, wow, now, okay, that makes sense. I can see how this is going to help me out. I can see how I could do this here and change this here. When I call people on the phone, that anytime somebody disagrees with me, here's something, so anytime you get some sort of a disagreement or some sort of objection with somebody, that they're like, maybe your commission rate. Maybe you want to charge a 7% commission rate, and they say, oh, that's too high. So what do you say? Hey, absolutely, I understand that 7% is higher than this other realtor that you interviewed that would do it for 6%. Now, I could have said, well, you get what you pay for here, and what I'm doing there is if I don't immediately agree with the person, is we're moving apart. We end up moving apart if we disagree. Disagreement just moves you further from a deal, further from a sale, whereas agreement brings you closer in. So going back to that, of finding that information, and that wasn't something that I knew I needed to do, but I realized, okay, how can I close more deals? How can I convert at a higher rate? How can I get more properties under contract? How can I get more listings? And part of that is realizing, okay, well, in order to do these things, maybe that's communication. Maybe that's the skill that I need to improve. And you might say, oh no, I'm a good communicator. Are you though? So maybe seek out that information and find out. So maybe when you're going to find this information to train and learn, that you're just trying to see if, okay, well, am I good? Am I really a good communicator? Let me go see what's out there for information about communication and see if I do need to improve that at all. What about maybe it's the sales side of things? Am I really a good salesperson? Yeah, I did this. I could sell a popsicle to a snowman. Maybe you're one of those types of people that would say something like that. But could you? Have you sold a popsicle to a snowman? I would say you haven't, because the snowman's not going to talk to you. So you've got to be honest with yourself. And then that's really a habit we could throw up here as well. Is really, I would say, reflection. Is to reflect. And this is something that I constantly do, probably every minute of every day, is I reflect on where I'm at, what I'm doing right now, and if that's moving me towards where it is that I want to be. Because that little moment of reflection, so training, learning, and then implementing the information, and we talked about that one as well. Implementing the information that I'm learning, but then also reflecting on things, because it's that reflection of you kind of sitting back and saying, okay, well, let me think if this is really, let me review myself, essentially. How many deals have I potentially had on the table versus how many of them have I actually closed? Where's that disconnect there? What's causing the disconnect? And then that goes back to training and learning that right information. And once you get to that, that's the hardest part, is realizing where your weaknesses are. But once you realize where the weaknesses are, there's so much information out there. Some of it, you might be able to find for free. A lot of times you'll have to pay for that information, but that information is out there. And then it's just a matter of, okay, well, going to learn that information and implementing it. But like I said, a lot of times the hardest thing to do is to actually realize where it is that you're wrong. It goes against our basic human nature to be wrong. So we've got to figure out, okay, well, why am I wrong? Well, what am I being wrong about? And you've got to be okay with that, because realizing you're wrong is the first step to becoming better. So that moment of reflection is definitely something that you want to make a habit out of every single day. We're going to take another quick commercial break. Stick with us. I'm John Chrismo. You're watching State of Real Estate. What's required to become a Florida real estate broker? Well, a few things. Number one, you have to have at least 2 years experience as a sales associate or a broker. Now, this experience could actually even be earned outside of Florida. It just has to be 2 years within the last 5 years. So 2 years of experience to become a broker. You also need to take a pre-licensing course. The broker pre-licensing course is 72 hours. It's got a 100 question and, of course, exam. Once you pass that and file all your paperwork with the state to upgrade to a broker license, then you just need to pass your state exam. That's another 100 question exam. You need to get a 75% on that. You complete those items and you'll have a Florida real estate broker license, where you can open your own office or just remain with your current broker as a broker associate. To find out more about upgrading your real estate license to broker, check out upgradetobroker.com. That's upgradetobroker.com. You're watching State of Real Estate. Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of State of Real Estate. My name is John Chrismo, and look, if you're not already subscribed, that needs to be a habit that we're talking about right there, is just subscribing to our YouTube, to our Facebook, to wherever it is that you go to seek out some videos to not only be a little bit entertained, sometimes somewhat entertaining, but more importantly, to be educated, to take this information that we put out here. We've done hundreds of videos. I think we're over like 600 or 700 videos now that you could find over on our YouTube. That's probably one of the best places to find it, or otherwise at tampaschool.com/success. But go on there and just go through it and start with that. If you don't know what it is that you should be training and learning on, go on there, go to Tampa School Real Estate on YouTube, and just start going through some of those videos, and they will be helpful. There will be things. There'll be some things where it's just, maybe a minor little thing that doesn't seem like a lot, but again, you compound. You have that compound effect of implementing these habits every single day. So, if you're looking for some habits that I would recommend to you for some things, so kind of on the grander scale of things, getting yourself up early, moving, exercising, working out every day, but then really one of the things that's going to have the biggest impacts. Now, if your body's not in great shape, it's going to make it hard, because your mind is just part of your body. So the better it is you keep your body in shape, the more your mind is going to operate at a higher level. So if you're already pretty smart but you're out of shape, you start moving your body and getting that body in shape, and watch your mind work at a higher level, just because fluids just move around better and all that science stuff that makes your brain work better. But look, trust me on that one. I know it myself. The days that I don't move and work out, because it does happen, I'm not gonna lie to you guys that I'm not perfect. I don't do these habits every single day. There's some days where, I oversleep, or that I don't go work out, or that there's some days where I usually learn something every day, but maybe not by my choice. Maybe it just happens to me. So if you make an effort to do these every single day, some days will happen where you don't, where you miss it, and that happens, okay? But make the effort to do this every single day. But really that big thing is going to come from the training and learning. And then not just training and learning, because we talk about, universities and colleges and things like that. You go learn this information, but if it's of no use of you, you're never going to implement it. And then when you never implement it, you're just stuck with a bunch of student loan debt. So taking this information or learning every day and training on every single day, it might be stuff that you already know, but you're reinforcing it every single day. You don't just learn something once and then that's it. That'd be like saying, okay, you're going to go to the gym one day and you're going to come out looking like The Rock and you're going to be like that the rest of your life. No, you're there every single day. Go on The Rock's Instagram. He's got, I think Dwayne Johnson, or I don't know what his Instagram is. Go search him on Instagram. You'll see him posting videos all the time of him in the gym. Why? He's already huge. Why is he still in the gym? Because that's what you've got to do to maintain that physique. And it's the same thing for what it is that you learn. If you're not constantly training on that same information every day, it's going to get rusty. You're going to forget about it. It only takes a few hours to get rusty on something. And the implementation of that's what's going to be a big part of it, that actually implementing it, interacting with that information you just learned, that's going to really take it now to that higher level that you're now really understanding the importance of what it is that you just learned. And then finally, also just reflecting every day. That's something that you want to do as much as you can. Not too much where it takes away from actually taking action, but reflecting on those actions of how can I improve this? How can I make things better? How do I ultimately get to where it is that I want to be? And that's the questions you want to ask in this moment of reflection on all this stuff. Do I need to work out a little harder? Do I need to train a little bit longer? Do I need to work on my implementation of it? What is it that you've got to do to build out those successful habits? Look, that's all the time we've got for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Wednesdays, we've got Ask the Instructor. Fridays, we've got State of Real Estate. And we're dropping videos every single day, short little snippets of information to help you grow your real estate business. So check that all out. If you've got questions on anything, give us a call. Our phone number is 813-333-2676. Again, 813-333-2676. You can find us online at tampaschool.com. That's tampaschool.com. That's all we got for today. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.
Have you seen what's going on in Tampa?
If you're looking to get in on the real estate action that's going on in Tampa right now, we're who you need to talk to. We can help you get your real estate license, start your real estate career. We're here to assist you for the life of your real estate career. Give us a call. Phone number is 813-928-0106, or check us out online at tampaschool.com.
Do you want to incorporate studying for your real estate exams into your busy schedule? Now you can review the key topics you need to know to pass your class and state exams with our MP3 audio review. Simply pop in your headphones or connect to your car to reinforce crucial information while you exercise or drive. Listen to the first unit for free at mp3audioreview.com. That's mp3audioreview.com.
Hey, if you're enjoying the show today, which I'm sure you are, be sure to hit like, subscribe, post your comments, share with your friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching.
You are watching
State of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. Grow your real estate business. You're watching State of Real Estate.